Neil Druckmann saw The Acolyte and played Concord and said, "These characters would go great together in my video game." He said that to his wife's boyfriend. And then he proceeded to, well, you know what, let's not even go there. Hit the like button and subscribe, because the award for the most unlikable first impression of a main protagonist goes to the Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, which might actually be the worst name I've ever seen. Now, in this amazing, stunning, and powerful video game, we get to play as Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Ah, yes, in G.I. Jane 2, where the lead character's main objective, wait for it, is to find a wig. Now, is Sony gonna slap me for making that joke? I doubt it, because they're all a bunch of hippies getting high on their own unshowered body odor. But yeah, the only hairless cue ball heads I'll ever play as is Agent 47. Now, the Game Awards was last night, and they closed out the show not with The Witcher 4. No, not even with the new Elden Ring DLC, but this heap of unoriginal generic schlop. You know, there isn't an ounce of originality left in the AAA industry. And studios shouldn't be able to use the "from the people who brought you" tagline if 99% of the people who made Crash Bandicoot, for example, don't even work there anymore. I mean, really? I mean, why should we buy your game, Naughty Dog? Because we made Crash Bandicoot decades ago, and all the people who worked on it are no longer here. But hey, wait a second. Look over there. It's a Porsche spaceship. I never thought I would see a Porsche spaceship in my life, but here we are. Now, one of the biggest problems, aside from the very terrible Concord 2 character designs, which, by the way, I'm not interested in these characters in this particular trailer whatsoever. We have a very obnoxious and a very obvious bold Star-Lord ripoff right in front of us. Fake slurping some kind of fast food space soda in the backdrop of a 90s, 80s synth. Wow, yeah, you guys are just such pioneers. Wow, you're smashing the space patriarchy. I mean, God, I can't even talk. This shit is so ridiculous. Listen to me right now. Multiple instances of product placement. Brought to you by Sony and Adidas and Porsche and the Pet Shop Boys, which, by the way, what a waste of an opportunity to not play Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys. But nah, they're not charming enough for that. A bland, lame-looking sword and very obvious, predictable musical choices, and of course, a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff vibes. I mean, what am I actually supposed to be excited about here? I mean, I actually do think Guardians of the Galaxy really ruined creativity and allowed these lazy millennial game developers to have the balls to create a female Vin Diesel surrounded by retro hipster crap. It's funny because we're used to seeing these From Software wannabe Souls-like games, but now we have Concord-like games. Aren't we just so excited? You know, Neil Druckmann really loves his masculine-looking females. I'm surprised he's able to program the game with one hand. Anyway, look, it's 2024, and quite frankly, I'm not expecting innovation from the AAA industry. I mean, how hard is it to imagine a whole new universe? There's a bunch of books and comics to adapt from. But let's be honest, we'd be mad if they did that too, because they'll change everything about the original work. These crooks are already known for taking the original work and completely destroying it. And let's just talk about the advertisement again. I could do without being advertised in a video game. We already get bombarded with ads as is. Why can't we just simply sit down, play a video game, and escape from the big brands? Oh, look, we have a Porsche ad, a Sony ad, some old music in space, because remember about Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, and we have an Adidas ad for you too. And how can we forget two amazing, just splendid, badass girl bosses in one trailer? Give us the $70 right now. I could just imagine some Naughty Dog goofball saying, "Hey guys, we're such great game developers. We have Porsches, Adidas sneakers, and Sony CD players in our video game. Our game is gonna be a 10 out of 10. IGN, the Ignorant Gamers Network, has already rated the game for modern audiences a 10 out of 10. Now finally, let's get to the best part about this. You know, nothing says confidence than the developers turning off comments for the trailer on their own YouTube channel. Because they know that we know that they are just egotistical bottom feeders for putting out garbage like this. You know, I've been on YouTube for quite a few years now, and not once has it ever occurred to me to turn off the comments. My personal opinion is that the viewer, the customers, have a right to criticize something they don't like, or give praise to something that they do like. But that's the thing, they know nobody likes their video game, and they're very, very afraid because they are not confident in their product and message. Because any sane individual would think that if you create something that you're really proud of, something like a video game that takes years in the making, you would love to hear what the viewers, what the public thinks. Because even their critiques, newsflash, can and will help you. Because you don't get better as a developer or anything for that matter by just hearing people lick your onion ring. Let the people say what they want. Silencing any voices that are for or against your art is really telling and is demonstrating to me that you are woefully in over your head. And the hilarity part is that, of course, when this inevitably fails, because it will, and it's very likely at this point that most gamers won't buy this, they will then try and pass it on to the consumer and say, look, it's your fault for not supporting new IPs, and on that bombshell, Manic's out.